This is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. Bruh, the URL has balls of steel, bruh. Balls of steel, bruh. Let's talk about this. It's like, once you start to understand the game, bruh, once you start to understand the game, bro, and how these rules and politics work, you can actually predict what's going to happen, bruh, as it pertains to the URL, right? And contracts and battle blocking. Once you gain an understanding of how this works, bro, you can see it all very clearly. Which is why, when I first seen this post, right? This was one of those posts that Let's Talk Battle Rap and platforms like that tend to put out, right? Where it's like an image, and then under it, it has like whatever quote the battle rapper said or whatever the news is. They constantly do that. Salute to Let's Talk Battle Rap for providing us with news. When I saw this post, bruh, when I saw this post, everything just came together. Everything that's been happening over the course of the last few months came together. For example, ORED, ducking active on Straight to It, RBE. ARP came out and spoke about it, right? ORED had whatever excuses he had, right? Then ended up doing some battles on the URL, right? Next thing you know, ORED signs a 2-year exclusivity deal with the URL. Then we come to somebody else, Chef Trez. Chef Trez was just booked to battle Swamp on the Riot. Didn't do the battle. The battle was canceled. Next thing you know, Chef Trez also signs a 2-year exclusivity deal with the URL. Clean paper. Clean paper. You thought you had us fooled, bruh. You thought you had us fooled. Clean Paper also booked to battle Snake Eyes on the Riot. Snake Eyes spoke out about it. Said that Clean Paper was lying. They did book the flights. Why did Clean Paper not make this battle on the Riot? Right? I'm about to show y'all a clip. This was from September of me speaking on this Clean Paper situation, bro, and pointing out, bro, we better not see you on Smack in the next few months. And guess what? Clean Paper also signs a 2-year exclusivity deal with the URL. Is it just me, bruh? Is it just me that's seeing how this is all playing out, bruh? Swamp just recently came out and said that he's planning on leaving battle rap at the end of the year after he fulfills his obligation with the URL due to politics. Due to politics. I can assure you that this is part of the politics that we're talking about. Remember, Swamp also didn't get to do the battle on the Riot versus Chef Trez. I said, when this Clean Paper situation didn't happen, that if Clean Paper pops up on Smack after no showing and ducking this event with no good reason or excuse, we're going to be on your neck, bro. Let me not, just take a listen. When is this dated? September 3rd. This is dated September 3rd. Take a quick listen, because we're also going to hear QP and what he was saying, and listen to him blatantly lying to the entire culture, which is exactly what I said in this blog he was doing. Blatantly lying to everybody, bro, because why? Because we're about to be signed on a contract to the URL, bro. Take a listen. Unfortunately, it's tough to just up and believe what Clean Paper's saying, bro. Something that we need to look out for now, right, in order to know whether or not URL had anything to do with this, is whether or not Clean Paper pops up on an upcoming URL card, bro. If Clean Paper, bro, if you just so happen to pop up on an upcoming URL card after having no-showed this riot situation, y'all need to get familiar. Y'all need to get familiar. I see things that a lot of people don't see. And even though I get lashback for it sometimes because some of y'all just don't understand how this works yet, I stay true. I stay 10 toes on what I'm saying, bro, because I know and I understand how this goes. I get how this goes. Bruh, think about this situation. Twerk and Tay-Rock, at one point, remember when Chrome 23 had their card, right? I forgot exactly what the name of the card was. Twerk and Tay-Rock were supposed to be on the Chrome 23 card, according to Remy Ma. Both of those guys ended up not being on the Remy Ma card, right? They end up getting more looks for URL, getting booked to battle on the URL. That's not what's the crazy part. The crazy part is that then, ultimately, Twerk and Tay-Rock end up being booked on a female-male type card. So the URL made sure to make up for that. Again, loyalty gets rewarded. Loyalty gets rewarded. They ended up not being on that card, right? Remy ended up having to change some battles around. Tay-Rock gets booked and booked and booked. Twerk gets booked. And then they ultimately end up getting a female-male card. That's going to tell a lot of us what we need to know. That's going to tell a lot of us what we need to know. You don't be seeing Kitchen Clean on URL. So if for some reason, and the URL did state that they're going to be having a bunch of events for the rest of the year. So if for some reason, Clean, you end up on the URL stage, bruh, after this having popped off, your ass is grass, bro. We're going to talk about it, bro, until we can't talk about it no more, bro. Oh, Red. Oh, Red. Oh, Red. You ducked active on RBE. Then you ended up on the URL doing a couple of battles. Then you ended up on a 2-year URL exclusivity deal contract. Why did you cap to the culture, bro? Why cap, bro? I would have so much respect for these guys if they just kept it 100, bro, with everybody, right? And we're like, yeah, man, I just got to feed my family. I got a better opportunity. Just keeping it real with everybody, bro. Instead of being on IG Live, which is what Clean Paper does for about 15 minutes, capping, trying to make up excuses as to why he's not showing up to the right. Bro, we are grown-ass men, bro. We are all grown-ass men. If you're going to do something, as a man, you should know, bro, that if you're going to do something, right, you have to face the consequences and the repercussions of whatever you're going to do. So why not keep it real, bro? Why lie to an ARP, bro? A league owner who's trying to put battles together for the culture, bro. Clean Paper. Why lie to Geechee Gotti? Somebody who's trying to give you a look. You don't be getting booked like that. They just put you on to battle A-Ward. And even though you got smoked, I mean, they looked out for you. They were looking out for you. But then we turn around and then we lie about why we didn't make a battle and then end up on a 2-year exclusivity deal contract on the URL. Chef Trez, my guy. He's a good guy. Chef Trez. What's going on, man? Why is it that... How is it that Swamp and Chef Trez are both blocked from being on the riot, and then Chef Trez ends up on a 2-year exclusivity deal contract. The reason I don't think Swamp ended up on a 2-year exclusivity deal contract is because Swamp is getting familiar. Again, he recently just posted and let the culture know on Twitter that he was planning on stopping battle rap at the end of the year. Again, the reason I don't think Swamp was locked into a 2-year deal was because Swamp is smarter than that. Swamp to me he's coming off to me as somebody who's trying to be on his own, do his own thing. And of course, the URL would want to lock him down on an exclusivity deal contract. And that's something I don't think Swamp is trying to do, because Swamp is learning. I feel like Swamp is somebody who is learning. He says he's done with the BS and the politics, bro. He's learning. That's why they didn't get him on the contract. But I'm pretty sure that they tried to, which is part of the reason that Swamp didn't battle on the Riot, bro. This is, again, bro, the URL has balls of steel, bro. Balls of steel, bro. These are multiple guys who were just blocked or didn't battle for whatever crazy reasons, ending up on a 2-year exclusivity deal contract with the URL. Bro, that's not coincidence. This is not coincidence. And once we start to understand how this game works, we'll start to understand that these things are not coincidence, bro. Not at all. This sucks because it's hard to know whether or not this is legit, because there are some things that Clean says in here that makes it very questionable. For example, he says that the booking, right, and all this stuff wasn't fully set up, I guess. He says there was a lack of communication or something like that. But at the same time, you said that you let them know last minute that you were going to need a flight because supposedly your ride or the guys that were going to be driving there were no longer driving there. At that point, Kitchen Clean, it becomes your responsibility 100% to make sure that you can oblige to this contract, bro. Just because your ride is not driving there anymore does not mean now that the responsibility of you getting there fully falls on the Riot. If you told the Riot that you were good and you were all set because you had a ride there, at that point, the Riot is looking at it like, okay, we're good. But if that ride cancels on you and you let the Riot know last minute that you need a flight, right? At that point, it's fully, or at least it should be fully, your responsibility, Clean, to make sure that the flight situation is taken care of so that you can make it there. Not head to the airport and then look at your phone to see if you got some kind of confirmation or some kind of everything is set up at that point. No, at the point where you figure out and you realize that your homeboys is not driving there no more, at that point is when you reach out to the Riot, right? You let them know the situation, and if they're booking you a flight, and that's what they said, then you follow up, right, day after day to make sure that everything is set in stone, so that when you do get to the airport on that date, everything is good. But then again, Kitchen Clean says, oh, there was a lack of communication, So who's not talking to who? Clean is trying to make it seem as if though he's not responsible for what's going on. Clean, why did you cap, bro? Clean, why did you cap, bro? I called it, bro. I said, let us not see you on Smack in the next couple to a few months, bro. This was in September. This was September 3rd. I said this. And Clean Paper and all these guys have just revealed that they are now on exclusivity deals on URL. Do y'all see how this works, bro? I hope some of y'all watching me, bro, like, can see these dots that I'm trying to connect, that I'm connecting, bro. I hope some of y'all can see these dots that I'm connecting for y'all. This is blatant. That's blatant, bro. And this is why I say the URL really has balls of steel, bro. Because it's like, bruh, after all these conversations that we've been having about battle blocking and politics and business and blah, 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 and all these guys no-showing and canceling and blah, 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 to then pop up on the URL on contracts is wild. If nothing makes clear what's going on in battle rap and behind the scenes, this should make clear what's going on in battle rap behind the scenes. ARP already made a whole docuseries pretty much putting out there what's going on. And it seems as if though it's not slowing down at all. Not the courts, not lawsuits are slowing down what the machine does or is doing. Nothing is slowing it down, bro. As a matter of fact, it seems to be getting worse, if you ask me.
I beg to differ, bro. I beg to differ, bro. And this is a problem with people, a lot of people in the battle rap community. We don't take accountability, bro, for the things that we do and the things that we don't take accountability sometimes, bro. And on some real, bro, like, again, that moment that you found out your ride was not going to be driving to Atlanta, at that point, then you reach out to the riot, right? And then day after day, you reach out and you communicate to make sure that everything is set up before you get to the airport on that date, bro. Let's not even get to the fact that, bro, these things should be booked out a few days in advance so that we make sure the battlers are going to make it on that date. That's a whole other topic, though. But in this situation, Clean, the riot was under the impression, bro, that you were going to be there because you told them you were going to be driving there with your homeboys, bro. You let them know last minute. Apparently something is set up, right? And you were supposed to be at the airport at 11 o'clock or something like that, because you're also saying that you were. So something was set up. And miscommunication, right? That takes two people. That takes both sides for there to be miscommunication. It takes both parties, bro. So apparently you weren't calling or following up either with the situation to make sure that it was all set. This whole thing is just like, bruh.
I went through Spirit Airlines. I'm about to go back in here. They say they did not have my name. They sent me some flight information talking about I was supposed to leave at 11 something, right? All they.
So you were sent some flight information saying you were supposed to leave at 11 something. Did that not happen? Did that part not happen? Or did you miss that? You just forgot to read your phone or your emails or follow up and really...
Sent me with the flight information. They ain't send me no confirmation code.
Yo, Geechee Gotti. Geechee Gotti. How you feel about this, bro? Geechee Gotti. Yo Gotti. Yeah. How you feel about that, bro? I would like to know how Geechee Gotti feels about this, bro. I would love to know how he feels about the fact that Clean ended up no-showing his card. Swamp and Chef Trez ended up not going down. Right? 2 out of the 3 of those guys ended up being on URL exclusivity deal contracts, not just 2 months after. 2 months after. But then we got the fact that we don't book Rum Nitty, right? For these upcoming events that you have, Summer Madness 12 and whatever the case is, because he did a main event on the riot. Was Rum Nitty also offered some type of exclusivity deal contract, which is why he started coming out saying that he might not battle much more on the URL? The URL also try to get Nitty on some type of exclusivity contract, bro, which is why Nitty decided to post that he was going to be distancing himself from the URL and battle rap. I wouldn't put it past the URL at all. It's the business of this game, bro. This is the business of the game. But this is just very blatant and clear, bro. If people didn't think that this is what was happening or this is what happened, bro, this is exactly what's happening. It's exactly what happened. It's just getting more sneaky. We're just getting better at doing it, is what it is. We're getting better at doing it. Geechee Gotti, I need to know what you think, bro. I need to know what you think of this, bro. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Joe coming at you live and direct from the battle.